Okay, so I'm going to do the code. We're going to clean up the UFO's movement. Right now, our UFO has really choppy movement. It has a maximum speed of either +5. Right here, we're +5. Here, we're -5 in its speed. Negative delta y's make us move up the screen. Positive delta y's make us move down the screen. So we're going to clean up that movement. Now, to make this work, we're going to need two new variables. One of them is going to be a constant that we're going to call max underbar dy, and we're going to set that equal to 12. And that's going to be our maximum change in y that we want to have in any one given frame. We might want to change the position of our object by 12 pixels. That's the most. So, other variable we're going to need. This is a Boolean variable. Booleans. Most of you know that the two possible values of Boolean variables are true and false. So this one's called clicking, and we initialize it as false. When we begin the game, we're going to assume that the player is not clicking their mouse. The clicking variable is what's going to now take over controlling the speed of our vehicle. I mean, right now, clicking already does control it. When we click, the ship moves up. When we release the click, the ship moves down. But what we're doing when we're doing that clicking, the key down, or rather the mouse down, on mouse down method and the on mouse up function, those two functions, the on mouse down and on mouse up, which we set up right here. There's on mouse down and on mouse up. Right now, those two functions just set our dy, set our speed. Well, we're going to change that. When we go mouse down, we want clicking to be true. We don't want to have that speed. We're not going to be affecting dy here. And on mouse up, we're going to set clicking back to false. So, like I said, Boolean variables. Clicking is a Boolean. It can either be true when the mouse is clicked down and held down, or it can be false when the mouse is released. You're not clicking the mouse. So true or false, these two variables. Now we've broken our program because it doesn't matter now if I click, the ship is going in a downward direction because we have a move command right now and it's only doing what it's told. So we're going to, in our game function, call a new function. This new function is called check clicking, and check clicking controls whether the UFO will rise up when holding the mouse down or fall when the mouse is released. So we're going to want to call this check clicking function right here. Call the check clicking function. This is going to be getting our value of delta y for our ship, how it's going to move either up or down the screen. It's change in y. And now here in check clicking, well, we're going to look here first if clicking is equal to true. If clicking is equal to true, that means the mouse is being held down. Then we're going to increase the rising speed slowly. Now, if clicking is true, we're going to set our dy equal to what it was, but subtracting 1. Now, this is going to make something happen just on that alone. When I click run, if I click, let me hold my mouse down. There we go. If I hold my mouse down, he's gone. Let me run it again. Okay, now he's going up, and he's never coming back down. He's never coming back down. So once you get it started going up, he's going up. So we also need to figure out if let's come down here. If we're not clicking, let's decrease. dy is going to be equal to dy plus 1. And now we can make some interesting stuff happen here. We can fall really fast. We can go up really fast. If I let go of my mouse, it's going to come back even faster. Click my mouse down. Going to come flying past even faster. Unclick my mouse. This is going to take a while now to get him back because the ship is now moving very fast. It's a very high velocity. And when it comes back there, I don't know if the screen was good enough to catch that, but it flew past at a high rate of speed. It's for this reason we need to limit the value of dy to either the maximum rising speed or limit the value of dy to the maximum falling speed, which is going to be that max dy, which is 12. So if our dy is trying to be less than negative max dy, if this is true, we just want to set our dy equal to negative max dy. That's going to limit us from speeding off at a high rate of speed in the upwards direction. And this could be seen. That's as fast as I can go. And going down, I could still go fast, but coming back, it'll take a while too. Wait for it. There we go. See, it's not moving that fast. But if I let go of my mouse, it's already, speeding past. So we also need to limit if we're getting close to our max falling speed. So that's if dy is trying to be greater than max dy. We just want dy to be equal to max dy. And now our ship, no matter what, I'll go off screen, let go of my mouse, let it fall. It's only going to fall so fast. Let it go off screen, click my mouse. It's only going to rise so fast. We've limited it. And now here on the screen, when I click and release my mouse, it's got a nice, smooth, kind of spongy feel to it. It's not that jerky where it really looked like it was clicking its way up the screen and clicking its way down the screen. Click, 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 but now this is very smooth. And it's just the simple code that we wrote here and limiting our speed to not exceed either positive 12 for the delta y or negative 12 for the delta y. All right. So what we did here, we created two new variables, a max delta y that limits how fast our ship will move at any given time, and a Boolean variable called clicking, which keeps track of whether or not we're holding our mouse down. We changed our mouse down and our mouse up functions. We changed them so that instead of directly setting dy to negative speed or setting dy to positive speed, depending on whether or not the mouse was down or the mouse was up, we deleted that original code and replaced it with when the mouse is down, clicking is true. When the mouse is up, clicking is false. And then we use that fact that this Boolean variable is either true or false. These Booleans help us in decision making. And so we call the check clicking function here in the game loop, which, as I've said before, the game loop is called by the timer. The timer is going to call the game function every delay, which at this point is 40 milliseconds, giving us a 25 frame per second rate for our game. And check clicking is going to get called 25 times a second to see if we're clicking. And then in check clicking, if we are clicking, if it's true, we add -1 to our delta y, and this will cause us to move up the screen. And if we try to be bigger than the negative of our max delta y at this point, if we try to be smaller than -12, then we're just going to hold our delta y at -12 because max dy as a constant currently is set to -12. Now, if we're not clicking, the only other possibility, if we're not holding our mouse down, the other possibility, there's only one other possibility, and that would be we're not clicking. So we handle that with an else, because the else basically is, okay, if the first thing isn't true, the second thing's got to be true. Here, we add 1 to our delta y until we hit our maximum delta y, in which case we freeze our delta y at the maximum delta y. It gives us that nice smooth float that we have right there. And we're done with this one, ready to go on to the next stage.